Today, the topic of our discussion will be the role of the national political parties in India. India is a multi-party democracy. It is a representative democracy. And it is also the largest democracy. The political parties play a very important role in the proper functioning of this democracy. The political parties play the role of the bridge between the government on the one hand and the people on the other hand. Similarly, it can be said that political parties are links between government and the people. So, when we talk of the role of the national parties, we have to emphasize on the point that since 1947, there was this one-party dominance model which was going on, and it continued till 1967. In the states, regional parties came up in 1967, and in 1977, the center power transformed from the Congress to the party, and Jayaprakash Narayan played a very important role in that party. But we would like to mention here that during the formative years of independence, there were many critics who questioned whether democracy will be successful in India. And in this process, the political parties played a very important role in helping the functioning of democracy. A metamorphosis has taken place, a plural fabric is there. The roles have changed for political parties, but they are still very important in functioning of the Indian democracy. Two types of political parties are there. On the one hand, there are national parties, on the other, state parties. Now, the 1968 election symbols reservation and allotment order states that a national party is one which is recognized as state party in 4 states. Now, the parameters to become national parties changes from time to time, and presently the Election Commission has given certain parameters. Number 1, it should secure at least 6% of the valid votes in a general election to the House of the People or to the State Legislative Assembly in 4 or more states. And it should win at least 4 seats in the House of the People from any state or states. Or it should win at least 2% seats in the House of the People, and these members are elected from at least 3 states. So this is the parameter for recognition of a national party today. And on the basis of this parameter, there are 6 national political parties. They are Bahujan Samaj Party, Bharatiya Janata Party, Communist Party of India, Communist Party of India Marxist, Indian National Congress, and Nationalist Congress Party. Now, critics have stated that among these 6 parties, actually there are 2 All India parties or 2 national parties, that is Indian National Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ramachandra Guha had stated that the period from 1998 to 2014, this is a period where we can say that the Indian political system was bipolar in nature. On the one hand, there was Indian National Congress, and in the other pole, there was BJP. And there were other regional parties which were joining in, clustering around either Indian National Congress and the BJP. Now, this bipolar politics can be compared in the international scenario with the situation in the Cold War, where you have 2 poles. One side, it was United States, and the other side, it was Soviet Union. Many states clustered around this 2 poles, and a system was there where the bipolar polity was taking place in the international scenario. Now, I would like to focus on Indian National Congress. So it is one of the oldest political parties in the world. It was formed in 1885 and it was a platform for expression of the views of Indians against the British rule. Now we would like to focus that Indian National Congress had played a very important role in the freedom struggle in India. It started off as a pressure group for the newly educated, professional and commercial classes. There were splits between moderates and extremists. After a time, the party became a mass party where Gandhiji played a very important role, a positive role to make Indian National Congress a mass membership party. It was in 1935 that the Congress got the first taste of power as the provincial government were established. Congress governing party came to power in majority of the provinces of the British ruled India. 1947, Indian National Congress was the ruling party and its dominance continued till 1967 in the Indian political system. The organizational network is very strong or has been very strong for the Congress, and the communication between the national leaders and the local leaders was smooth, and that led to solution of several local problems. Earlier, whenever the local leaders had any problem, they could voice their issues to the national leaders and an amicable solution could be found. Congress had this encompassing role and its role is incomparable to any other party in India. The inclusive, integrative and the accommodative style of the Congress had helped Congress to remain in power since a long time. It had strong social and political base, and the function of Indian National Congress took place through plenary sessions or special sessions. Now, it consisted of All India Working Committee, Pradesh Congress Committee, District or City Congress Committee, Block or Constituency Congress Committee or other subordinate committees. Congress provided opportunity to many youth to take politics as a career. And as Congress was at the helm of power, the youth also were very happy to be part of the winning side. However, splits took place in the Congress. For example, Congress R, Congress O. Again, Congress R was divided into Congress I, Congress S, Nationalist Congress Party, and these splits did affect the image of the Congress. There were several other reasons which led to the downfall of the Congress. The first reason was that slowly Congress was losing the legitimacy. Initial years till 1967, the people voted for the Congress and they felt that Congress had played a very important role in freedom struggle and they should be given an opportunity to prove themselves in running the country. But slowly it was found that Congress was losing touch with the people. They were not being able to understand the pulse of the people. Factions were taking place, splits were there, and this really affected the image of the Congress. Another significant reason for the fall of Congress was the proclamation of emergency, where a gross violation of voting rights and other rights took place. The rise of Jai Prakash Narayan was another reason why the consolidation of votes against the Congress took place. But soon in 1980, we find that Indira Gandhi came back to power with the support of the vulnerable sections. Rajni Kothari has stated that Congress is an authoritative spokesman of the nation as it has a role as an agent of criticism and change. Its dynastic politics has been criticized by many and its internal function has also been criticized. Another political party which is a national party and which can be discussed is Bharatiya Janata Party. Bharatiya Janata Party has a very strong base in North India and it was founded in 1980. The roots of BJP is found in Bharatiya Jan Sangh and Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. In a very small period of time, BJP has become a strong alternative to the Congress. In 1996, it was the first time that in the 11th Lok Sabha election that the BJP tasted success. It became the largest single party and hung parliament was formed. A minority government under Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the Prime Minister. And in 1998, we find that there is a change in policy in the BJP and elections started to be fought with alliances. This change in policy of the BJP to fight elections along with other parties led to a bonanza for BJP and BJP obtained a lot of votes. In 1999, BJP-led alliance failed to remain in power due to the withdrawal of support from BJP by the AATM-GYAN or All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam Party. At the end of 1999, there was another election and this time BJP-led National Democratic Alliance government was formed. The Prime Minister was Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee and an important thing happened that the full term was completed by the NDA. 2004 and 2009, NDA remained in the opposition. In 2014, the NDA comes back to power with the Bharatiya Janata Party at the apex and the Prime Minister is Sri Narendra Modi. In this 2014 election, Bharatiya Janata Party had clear majority, but it formed coalition government. Regarding the organization of the BJP, we could say that at the national level they have plenary and special sessions. They work through National Council, National Executive, State Council, State Executive, Regional Committees, District Committees, Mandal Committees, Gram or Shahar Kendra and Local Committees. Now, we would like to discuss some of the issues that need to be addressed by the national political parties as well as other parties in the Indian political system. The first important thing is inner party democracy. India is the largest democracy, but the political parties which are running the country do not follow democratic patterns in functioning their own party. Most of the cases, there are dynastic rules. Like for example, in Congress, there's this Nehru-Gandhi family who are ruling the country or have been ruling the country. Again, in some parties, there are oligarchical rule. Internal democracy among the members are very much needed in order to make India a vibrant democracy. Another point which needs very much importance is the women's representation within the party. India has a around 50% population of women. But regarding the membership of the parties, there are very few women members. There may be women's wing, but the representation is nowhere close to 50%. A country, in order to thrive well, needs the contribution from both the genders, and the party should take care of this representation also. Another point which needs to be addressed is training of party cadre. Very few political parties provide proper orientation and training programs to the party cadets. ad hoc training programs are conducted, and finally, it does not lead to any improvement. It's very necessary that the party cadre, they should be disciplined and well trained and have a clear idea about the manifesto and the ideology of the party. To have trained, disciplined party cadre means the party will also have a positive image in the eyes of the people. Another issue is the lack of values and ethics in functioning of political parties. Before every elections, there are news that many candidates with criminal background are being given tickets, and many of them are successful in becoming MPs, MLAs, and they are the ones who are the lawmakers. So political parties need to be very careful while giving party tickets to people with criminal background. Muscle power is very much in use in the political parties, and that needs to be controlled. The use of black money in funding elections is also creating havoc for the democracy. These things should be very much properly addressed by the political parties so that honest people, corruption-free people, and ethical people become ready to join political parties. Regionalization has taken place. The national political parties are going in for coalition mode where they are needing the support of the regional parties to remain in power, or it is a prospect of having or sharing power in the future. That's why the national parties are going in for coalition system. In many cases, the cabinet berths are being given to regional party leaders in order to get the support from these regional party leaders. It is very necessary that the merit of the candidates in the cabinet berth should be addressed also. Regional identity is taking over national identity. The Indian polity has moved from one-party dominance to multi-party coalition system. And in this, the role of caste, religion, community, and all these factors are playing very important role in developing the vote banks. The centrifugal tendency is increasing. In many parts of India, there are militants who are wanting to go in for secession. So, it is very necessary that the national political parties provide the centripetal tendency and the people are united. India is a democracy. It needs unity in diversity. But it has to be remembered that diversity should not be such that unity cannot be attained. The national parties can play a very important role in developing in the unity. Another point which needs to be addressed is the crisis of governance. According to Atul Kohli, governability is the capacity of rulers to form a coalition and take an initiative to come to a solution. The political conflicts which are going on, they have to be solved without force, without violence. And political parties in India, in many cases, are going towards an anarchical system. It is very necessary that the law and order problem should be addressed by the political parties. In order to attain power, compromises are being taken place. Ideology is not given importance. It's only the matter of pragmatic interests which are being given importance. Foul means are being followed by some political parties. Factions, defections, splits are taking place, and some of the political parties are having mafia linkages or networks. Good governance is very much necessary in running a proper democracy, and in political parties are the ones who actually play a very important role in achieving the good governance in the country. We have to remember the saying of Max Weber, who stated that national parties and other parties are the children of democracy. It is only in a democracy that the political parties can actually function effectively. They follow the path shown by Armand. They go in for political articulation, support political aggregation, political socialization, political internalization, and help in political participation. This role of the political parties are always supported in a democracy. And in spite of all the issues, all the problems that have been faced by the Indian democracy, one thing that needs to be celebrated is India is a democratic country, and it is the political parties who have actually helped India to remain ahead in this game of attaining democracy. India is an integrated India, and in spite of all the divisive forces which have been there, India is still one country, and this unity remains because of the national political parties. So, in this lecture on national political parties in India, we started off with the democracy of India, how the democracy of India is functioning. It is a representative democracy where the political parties are playing a very important link between the people and the government. The national parties have provided a platform of unity. Though in running a country, a federal country in India, the role of the regional parties have become important, but we need to realize the positive role of the national parties. There are several issues which need to be addressed by all political parties. Internal democracy should be there. Regular voting should be continued within the political parties. Proper training and sensitization of the party cadre is very necessary so that the party cadre, they have a proper idea about the role of the party in the country as well as in the state. It needs to be remembered that political interest should never be the most important aspect. National interest should be given foremost importance. And it is the national party's duty to help India to go ahead in this democratic system.